off the cuff. How's it going, everybody? Kyle the Drink Pro here with you yet again. I'm happy to see some old faces and new faces here in the chat. We got the Bourbon Wrench. We got Matt. They are in the chat. We got some other well-known, some local faces. Stacy stopped by from watching the Ohio State game to check out the live stream. I appreciate it very much. Who else we got in here? Phone Doctor, he's in the chat. You know it. I think Trevor's going to show up eventually. I know a couple people in here said that Trev and Kunkel sent him, but I know he's not feeling great, so it may be a minute. Hope you guys can hear me okay. Hope you guys can see me okay. It's always something I got to work on. Ryan2BSU says cheers. Cheers, my guy. I'm going to take a sip real quick. I got a really dry mouth today. I don't really know why. But today, thank you so much, Ryan. Yes, this is my 1,000 subscriber live stream. I know there is a way to do super chats on these things. I've never dealt with them before. I literally just got monetized yesterday and activated monetization on all my videos and got the monetization working on the stream. So I mean, I'm sure there's a setting in here somewhere. Okay, there's viewer activity. That's what I'll keep it open to. Also, I'm going to lean forward like this when I am messing with the computer because I don't know where my mouse went. So, using the touchscreen. Matt says, congrats, bro. Good time to start watching. And Trev, liquid IV till you can bourbon. That's a very good idea, Matt, and I appreciate it, my man. Yeah, this is it's kind of cool, you know. I've been making content since I think February 1, 2020 was my first video. The videos grew pretty quickly. I had a lot of fun making these videos, developing this content style and everything. I meant to cut my hair and shave my beard a little bit, but you know how it is. Matt, look, it works. Appreciate it, Matt. And Matt is now officially the first person to enter to win one hell of a sample pack. If you don't know, I'm giving away, yes, Pappy, but also a sample of 4 other absolute hitters of whiskeys. This is going to be wonderful. I'll go ahead and walk you through the line, but I'm really excited to be able to give this away. I mean, my cost, there are more than, 24, 26, there's more than $3,000 of whiskey next to me. So, I mean, 3,000 divided by, 26 ounces in a bottle? You guys can do the math. This is a hell of a sample pack. Matt says, cut it off now, draw the winner. So, yeah, every $5 gets you one entry into this drawing. I usually like to do $1 entries for my drawings just to give people a chance, to let people who don't want to throw around a lot more money have a chance to enter. But given what I've got over here, I had to go bigger. I had to go with bigger dollars because this is the best sample pack I've ever seen anywhere. I've never seen a channel give away a sample pack better than this. What's up? We got Chris. He says, hello. Bourbon Wrench, happy to see it works. Thank you, Steven. Congrats on 1K. I appreciate it, my man. Yeah, Mike McAllister's in the chat. Thank you. Congrats on 1,000. I appreciate it, my brother. Let's see what else we got going on over here. Mike says, retweet on the cutoff. Trev is in the chat. What up, Trev? Hope you feel better, my brother. All right, let me show you what we're doing here. So you get a 1 ounce sample of 5 different whiskeys. We'll go through them each in order, and then I'm going to drink through them in a slower order. I'm not going to pound these bad boys. First up, Single Cask Nation. This is, let me cover my face so it will focus. This is a 24-year-old Single Cask Nation, only one of 1,200 bottles. Now, this is aged 12 years in Kentucky and 12 years in Scotland, 47.4. You can see how shaky my hands are. Now, they don't disclose where this is from, but as you can tell, there's a big fire on a rick house, and it's 24 years old. It's Heaven Hill. They all but said it's Heaven Hill, and it tastes like Heaven Hill. So this is a 24-year-old Heaven Hill, pre-fire Heaven Hill. Really interesting, deep, complex stuff. And, you know, part of the reason it's low proof is this is actually barrel proof. 47.4%. That's actually barrel proof because it spent so much time in Scotland, which is a much more temperate climate. All right, we got people coming in on these super chats. Phone Doctor says, congrats, Kyle. Much appreciated, Phone Doctor. Mike McAllister with the You Are Amazing GIF. Appreciate it. Tony says, congrats on the 1K. Thank you so much, Tony. This is delish. This is serious freaking whiskey. I think that's Eric saying that he threw in a Venmo. I'm going to check my Venmo. I'm going to check my PayPal. Although PayPal will be harder to check. I'm probably going to have to use my email because it's been acting weird. But we'll make it work. We'll make it work. I promise. I'm going to keep track of everything. I promise. No problem. I will definitely problem. I am going to have problems, but hopefully y'all bear with me because I think honestly part of the reason people tune into this is because I have problems. I know some of you have watched me like damn near drop hundreds of dollars in bottles and just enjoyed laughing at me, which as you should. Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat. Jack said, nice to see you today. It was good to see you too, Jack. Glad we could meet up. Trev says, so it's Venmo or Super Chat to get you entered. I will Venmo so YouTube doesn't take 30%. Yes, I actually do prefer the Venmo because you're right, Trev. YouTube will take some of my money. But I know a lot of people are plugged into the Super Chat ecosystem, and so I'm happy to use it because it makes it easier for people to send me money. You don't have to go to a separate app. I'll take it. But yeah, if you want to help give me a little bit higher percentage of that money, go ahead and send me Venmo. My Venmo is at The Drink Pro. My PayPal is also at The Drink Pro. You can use the at now on PayPal. If you do use PayPal, do friends and family for the same reason. It won't take a percentage of the income. So let's see what we got going on. Michael Trader, excited to see what the future has in store for you and your channel. Thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate you. Appreciate the super chat. Bourbon Wrench says, testing my bad luck. Congrats, man. Thank you so much, Bourbon Wrench, for joining tonight. Yolanda, my partner's in the chat. She says, go Fletch, go. Appreciate it, Yolanda. Stacy says, great channel. So glad I found it. Thank you so much, Stacy. Nick says, congrats on 1,000. Always appreciate the weekly entertainment and wisdom. Well, that's very generous, Nick. Calling it wisdom instead of just ramblings of a half-sane man is very... I'll take it. I'm happy to hear it. All right, Tony's got the Venmo coming in too. Don't worry, I will check the Venmo. And before I do the drawing, which will come after I do the tastings, it'll actually... So the way I've got this lined up, I've got 5 bottles I'm going to taste that I'm giving away samples of. The 6th one is finishing a sample that I was given, so I can't give it away, unfortunately. But while I'm sipping that 6th sample, we will go through the giveaway, and I will make sure I name everybody. So if you don't hear your name, I'm going to give a pause, and you guys got to let me know so that I can make sure we get everybody into the drawing. Y'all get your chance, because I want to give this to you guys. You know, on the last 4 of the Venmo, 8276. Jack, 8276. You can also skip that step, but if you don't want to skip it, 8276. So yeah, I want to give these away. I want you guys to win these. The bourbon community is a lot of fun. It's a cool place. Mike says he's got a 1K sample gift coming from me next week. All right, man. I'm looking forward to it. Baghdaddy 09 critical hit. Cheers, my brother. I'm going to take a quick look at the Venmo. Okay, yeah, now we're getting it. We're getting notifications. Nick, I got you. Eric Johnson, I got you too. Cool. Got a new subscriber. That's fun too. I'm not going to stare at my phone very much. I'm going to keep the app open so I can see when people give me money. All right. So first bottle. A lot of things going on. The super chats make the chat a lot more distracting, and I got a lot of people here, so I appreciate it. Oh shoot, that didn't work. Jack said that didn't work. Looks like Yolanda's name's on it. 9874. But you can skip that step. It should be Yolanda. It'll either say Yolanda Alvarado or Yolanda Fletcher on the @TheDrinkPro Venmo. I'm glad you caught that, Jack. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, you can skip that step to where it asks for the last 4 digits. If you can't, it should be 9874. Okay, second bottle that's going to be in the giveaway is a sample of Old Forester Birthday Bourbon, the 2020 edition. Now, I actually killed that for Baghdaddy says, use my $5 change you didn't have at Vine and Table too. Ha ha. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be drinking from. No, actually I already got it poured. But Old Forester Birthday Bourbon 2020. Yolanda Fletcher. Yeah, it's under Yolanda Fletcher, my PayPal or my Venmo. She's my partner in crime, my partner in life, and my partner in the company. Matt is going into lurker mode, toddler bed, good stuff, bro. Appreciate you, Matt. Thank you, sir. I think I said something about Baghdaddy with the $5. If I didn't, appreciate it, Baghdaddy. Nate coming in with the $5. Appreciate it, my brother Nate. My other mod. I got both mods in the chat. I think one of them has been out with something or another for a while now, so I'm glad to see both of my mods sitting here chatting it up with me. Appreciate you guys. As some of you know, I have recently... I got a really dry mouth today for some reason. Maybe because I'm chatting so much. I've recently bought a house, so this will be one of the last streams in this room. Then I will be moving to a new space. I'm going to be doing it up nicely, but it will be a little bit janky for a while. Jankier than this. American Marine sent me money on Venmo. Appreciate you, brother. Nate's got Chase's child to bed. But, yeah. So we're going to be going through a transition, a space transition. I'm getting a new camera either Friday or Tuesday. The shipping has been unclear, but I'm hoping it's tomorrow. Very nice camera. I'm looking forward to making videos with it. It probably will not affect the live streams. I don't think you can stream live. All right. Appreciate that, Bubba. Yeah, Baghdaddy is Bubba. All right. Cool, man. Cool. So, yeah, what was I saying? Shit. This happens a lot. Okay. The streams are going to be probably unaffected by the new camera because I don't think this new camera can actually plug into a computer and act as a streaming device. But quality's pretty good on these streams, I gotta say. Like, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I did some research and I bought this camera. I like how it looks. Hopefully everything will keep running smoothly at the new house, although the internet will be a tad slower. Not a tad, kind of a lot slower, but don't get me started on that. Fiber optic internet's the way to go. It's the way of the future. Why can't I get it at my new house? Doesn't matter. We'll make it work. Oh, man. What's going on here? Okay. Stacy says, hit me up if you want Irish whiskey samples. Just ordered 2 more bottles from Ireland today. Stacy, I will be hitting you up. If you just, I would love it actually if you would send me a message somewhere. Facebook, Instagram, email, thedrinkpro@gmail.com. Just, Stacy, send me a message anywhere because this chaos makes it super hard to focus and remember things, so I would much appreciate it. And speaking of Irish whiskey, Stacy, boom. This is the 3rd bottle, and this is unopened. We're going to open this live tonight, and you'll see me pour the sample live tonight. But this is the 3rd sample in the sample pack. Redbreast 27, Batch 2. I reviewed this whiskey, said it was one of the most complex whiskeys I've ever tried. I just had to get myself a bottle of this. Yolanda found my headphones that I'd been missing for weeks and weeks.
They went through the laundry.
Oh, and they went through the laundry, so they probably don't work anymore. I'm glad you found them. Thank you. Oh. So these were my headphones. They're probably not my headphones anymore. Oh, jeez. All right. What else is going? Mashbill sent me 5 on PayPal. Make sure I'm in the giveaway. Congrats on 1,000. Appreciate very much the Mashbill. Stanley. Appreciate you, my brother. Michael said, if you need advice on streaming, I stream on Facebook. There's a way to make DSLRs work on computers if that's what you're getting. I am actually getting a mirrorless camera, but I would be interested in learning more about what you're doing, Michael. That would be good to know. Elite Exotics BP says, yesterday I found a bottle of Wells 12 and full proof for retail price. Cheers, brother. That's pretty awesome. Oh, man. Stacy's got a list right there. That is a list of freaking whiskeys, Stacy. Damn. All right, so Redbreast 27. That's bottle 3. I'll go through these again. Don't you worry. Bottle 4. Well, These are not in the same order that they're going to be in the pack in. Bottle 4 is going to be a Old Forester 150th anniversary. This is batch 1. Come on, focus. Come on, focus. Come on, focus. This is the only bad part about this webcam. There we go. Batch 1 of 3, 125.6 proof. Old Forester 150th anniversary. There we go. Focus on me again. And then finally, you know, Pappy Van Winkle 15-year. That is going to be the final in the pack. Mash Bill asks, Sony or Canon? I'm actually getting a Panasonic, the Lumix S5. I debated about it a lot because they are expensive, number one, and number two, people don't love the autofocus, but the S5 has had some major changes to autofocus since it's compared to other Panasonics. So I'm hoping the autofocus will be serviceable. The picture is impeccable, so I'm optimistic about its usage. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to send it back in, get the Fujifilm X-T4. That was my second option for streaming. I'm sorry, for video making. So let's get into tasting something, shall we? I've chatted enough without a whiskey in my hands. So I'm going to start. See, last time I did this, I had this nice thing set up where I could sit the bottle. I wonder if I could do this. I don't know. I dropped a whole lot of good stuff doing this last time. I wish I could just sit the bottle right here so you could see what I was drinking. Maybe I can do something. Hold on. Maybe I can make something work. This is a bad idea. This is dangerous. I shouldn't be doing this. But you didn't tune in to see me take it easy. This can work great. It's pretty small. Yeah, that's kind of smaller than I want it to be. I probably should have taken this off when I did that. This is ridiculous. Stacy said you had me at Redbreast27. I appreciate the super chat, Stacy. Thank you so much. This is such a bad idea, dude. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. You can see that, right? Oh man. Okay. All right. There we go. How about that? Matt says you can still get that hooked up to a PC. Cool. I'll have to give that a shot. At the very least, it's worth playing around with. Tony said, I'm scared. Tony saw, I think, the last time I tried to put bottles on this rickety-ass table. I was giving away bottles that time, and it did not go very well. All right, let's start drinking the first bottle. Single Cask Nation. This is 24-year-old Heaven Hill. It means it was distilled before the fire. Tony says, just give me that single cask before it falls. Stacey says that's a great Irish to have. I can't agree more, Stacey. Now, I gotta tell you, this Single Cask Nation pour, when I first tried it, I was disappointed. I was unhappy that I had spent $300 on a bottle of this. But the more I have opened it, the longer it's been open, and you can see it's been open for a minute, the better it's gotten. This whiskey has opened up beautifully. And some whiskeys are like that, you know. Sometimes a whiskey just it disappears, you know, after a while of being open. It just gets less and less interesting. And sometimes a whiskey is really good up front and it stays pretty good throughout the pour, but it changes. And sometimes pours open up and get better and better. This one got better and better. And I'm telling you right now, on the nose of this is the best smelling version of this bottle I've tried thus far. It's opened up beautifully. I mean, I get tons and tons of that kind of sweet, slightly nutty caramel. It's almost like Test, test. Okay, so this isn't the right microphone, and I'm guessing it sounds pretty bad. It looks like it sounds pretty bad. I'm going to try to unplug the normal mic and see if I can't get this working. Okay, let's test it. Hey, can you hear me now? Did that work? I think that worked. I think we got Mike again. I don't know what happened. Sometimes weird shit just happens. There's bugs. Bugs in the technology, I tell you. Test, test, 1, 2. Why is it so quiet? There's something wrong. Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Hello? Oh, I know why. Test, 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 test. There we go. Oh, man. Well, we lost half our viewers with that shit, but that's okay. Oh, guys, it's always going to be an issue. Oh, the audio stream bitrate got cut for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. That was a YouTube problem. Go figure. Okay, we'll get some viewers back now that you can actually hear me. Eric says loud. Eric said quiet and then loud, and this will make a fun game interpretation. Stacy says, you need a table with bumpers. I'd be knocking over every bottle. Yeah, I really do need a table with bumpers. Captain Spaulding said 24-year Heaven Hill can't be horrible. No, definitely not horrible. Mike McAllister, each bottle is unique, but I find between 2/3 and 1/3 full is a sweet spot. I would agree most of the time. He says most of the time that's the sweet spot. I agree. Is this still too loud? Okay. How about that? I feel like that's the sweet spot. Let me know. This is not how I wanted this stream to go. Oh no. Now I'm getting this freaking message again. What's going on with my bitrate, guys? Why is my bitrate keep falling? That doesn't make any sense. I've never had this problem before. Go away. Go away. You should work. Please work, YouTube. Don't do me dirty like this, YouTube. Don't suddenly be like, oh yeah, we'll monetize you. Kill your fucking bitrate. You don't get a stream. Oh, man. I'm sweating. You guys can't see in the lights, thank God, but I'm sweating in here trying to get this damn stream to work. I got people on here I've never seen my ass before. We gotta make this thing work, guys. Okay, let's drink. I need a drink. I need to drink some whiskey. We've gone, I don't even know how long. Too damn long. Eric says, can't you get your bitrate up? Yeah, that's well played. Okay, now let's talk about this whiskey. I mean, to me, this has a lot of the classic notes of Heaven Hill, especially Heaven Hill from that era, but they're all just ramped up, and it's so dense. Oh, man. Bourbon Baller says, congrats, Kyle. Much appreciated, Bourbon Baller. Good to see you, my brother. All right, let's taste this. I need a drink. That is so oily, and it's, oh my God. It just takes my mouth on an adventure. That finish is long and oaky, but it's not a bitter oak. It's a sweet, rounded oak. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a good point. Stanley knows what's up, man. He said the S5 has a clean HDMI out, so it should be able to stream with no issue. Good point, Stanley. Yes, the S5 has an HDMI out, but it's a micro HDMI, which don't like that, but you make it what you can. Bourbon Baller asks what I'm drinking. Yes, I'll remind people by showing the ticker. Serious sample pack is being given away tonight. $5 an entry. Right now, I'm drinking this. This is a Single Cask Nation 24-year-old bourbon. This is Heaven Hill, even though they can't put it on the label. I've also got a birthday bourbon. I've got the Redbreast 27. I've got the Pappy Van Winkle 15 from 2018, and an Old Forester 150th Anniversary Edition Batch 1. I'm giving away an ounce of each of those to one lucky viewer. $5 an entry, guys, so check it out. Stacy says, pouring Method of Madness Mulberry Cask. Only whiskey I've tried with a paprika finish. Interesting. Method of Madness makes some cool stuff. If you guys don't know, Method of Madness is basically an experimental distillery inside of Middleton? Jameson? I think Middleton. But it's cool because they do everything very small batch, and they are just kind of given free reign. They have the resources of an incredibly large distillery, and they have the heart of a small craft distillery wanting to make and try new things. So very cool organization. I've had some Method of Madness stuff I really liked. It's hard to get around here in the States, but it's good stuff. Oh, I mean, you knows this thing, and it is just sweet and nutty and oaky and creamy. Michael's got the Woodford double oaked. Trevor's trying to multitask 3 ways. He's trying to watch the stream, the Buckeye game, and stay awake. Well, Godspeed, Trev. Good luck with that, my man. Oh. This is lovely. All right, let me taste this. Second taste, much like the first. God, this is so dense. Okay. Oh, and then there's this. Oh my God. See, I always try to start describing the front of the palate, but then this thing evolves so much. Usually, for me, in most whiskeys, there's sort of 3 distinct experiences. There is the immediate taste right out the gate, then very quickly transitions to the mid palate, and then shortly thereafter transitions into the finish. This whiskey probably has 5 stages. I'll see if I can name them all, but I mean, that's kind of a big order, a tall order, a big task, something like that. Something like that. Let me move this over here. Come on, there we go. Oh, we're gonna get some freaking Buckeye hate and love in the chat tonight. You know, I went to IU for undergrad and for law school, so I'm going to stay out of it. So it gets a lot more like citrusy after a couple sips in the nose. And that's another really cool thing. You know, always smell your whiskey again after tasting it the first time, because I'm telling you, it does not stay the same. The first nosing, your nose and your taste are so influenced by each other that they do not, that they work together, but they aren't, you know, they aren't the same. I know there's a better way to say that. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that it's eloquent and nuanced, but that there's more that shows up after you taste it because you get desensitized to certain notes and sensitized to other notes. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. All right. I already mentioned that I had Nick and Jack in my Venmo. I've also got Tony, I've got Jake Schweers, and I've got Trev. According to my email, I don't see any on my email. Oh, here we go. Yep, I've got Stanley on PayPal as well. Ooh, Stacy can include a sample for me from the mulberry. I'd love that, Stacy. I would love that. Bourbon Baller says, my buddy has a bottle and it's pretty good. Oaky throughout, finish was kind of flat. I will say, I feel like the finish has opened up. I would have agreed with you about halfway through the bottle, Bourbon Baller, but I feel like the finish has opened up a lot. It's become a lot more interesting. All right, let me take one more sip of this here. Initially sweet and oaky. Mid palate, you get this like peppery, almost fizzy, almost like carbonation in your mouth. The oak becomes a lot more peppery. You get like white pepper to start, and then it becomes more like black pepper, maybe even a little bit of like serrano pepper, so a hot pepper. And then again, the oak comes back at the very end, and it becomes slightly drier. It's very sweet oak mid palate, and a slightly drier oak deep into the finish. All right, I'm almost done with this pour. Let's finish it off right here. Yeah, and up front, man, the sweetness is really prominent. Definite caramel, sweet, syrupy sweet, almost like cane sugar. I'm also getting, though, like either oranges or lemons, some kind of sharp, bright citrus fruit. I don't know. There's something really wonderful going on there, though. Bourbon Baller says, maybe I have high expectations for a 24-year whiskey. Oh, yeah, you definitely should. And, you know, like I said this earlier, I don't think you were on yet, Baller, but when I first opened this whiskey, I was pretty disappointed. $300, 24 years old, I was pretty disappointed. But the more I've drank, and I've drank quite a lot of this, the further down this bottle gets, the more I like it. The better it is, the more subtle, the more complex, and the longer the finish as well. Matt's in Michigan, so they got the U of M and or the Michigan State. Yeah, he's got the Michigan State rivalry connection. Brian says, congrats from CA on your 1K. Much appreciated, Brian. Stacy, very good point. I'm glad we have football this year no matter who you cheer for. Yes. Glad we can play sports again. Gives you guys something to watch that isn't me rambling like crazy. But I hope you will keep watching me ramble like crazy. And I do release videos on Tuesdays, so no football on Tuesdays. Pour the samples before you kill the bottles. Good point, Eric. I've already got... So 4 of the samples are already poured. The Redbreast 27 is not poured because I haven't opened the bottle yet. I'm going to open the bottle live on stream tonight when I get to it. Bourbon Baller says, go Pats. I can't get with you on that one, brother. Colts fan here, lifelong Hoosier. I bleed blue. It's hard for me to say much more than that. Okay. I hope these headphones aren't totally. Oh, they are. They're totally screwed. That right there is a bad sign. Don't forget to take your headphones out of your pockets. Come on, focus on me. There you go. Don't forget to take your headphones out of your pockets or they'll end up like this. I'm just hoping that this freaking thing still works. These damn dongles. I don't like needing a dongle for my phone. I'm thinking about getting the Google 5A just to get rid of the damn dongle. I hate it. I'm an audiophile. I have tons of headphones that sound really good, that are expensive. And if I want to play lossless audio off my phone, I can't use shit like this. Anyway, first world problems. So what are you guys sipping tonight? Let me know in the chat what you're sipping on. And also, you know what? Let me know what you're sipping on, but also let me know what... let me know a bottle that was a disappointment to you. Bourbon Baller and I were talking about the Single Cask Nation, and I think I want the only one who opened this bottle at first and was kind of disappointed. I think it did get better with time, but people were really, really hyping it up, and I really like Heaven Hill. Don't get me wrong, but Michael Trader, geez, man, just lower your standards. Yeah, good point, Stacy. Waterford definitely is one you have to let breathe. Ben, a lot of guys have problems with their dongles. Yeah, I'm having problems with my dongles. I'm having problems with my bit rate not getting up enough. It's a rough night. Eric says JTS Brown. Is that what you're sipping on, or is that what you were disappointed in? Jack says, sipping on Backbone Decades Down Uncut tonight. I haven't had that particular Backbone, but I know they make some really good products. They'd source some really solid juice. Yeah, it should be a fun year in the NFL, Trev. I agree. Although my players keep getting hurt, but that's for another story. I'm gonna move this ticker. Yeah, and by the way, new people that are here, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. Helps me out a lot, so I appreciate it when you can do it. Just added that. These are gonna get better. I'm learning how to use. I'm using OBS as my streaming service. A lot of the whiskey tubers out here use things like StreamYard. I'm trying to think of other ones, but I can't. But I know StreamYard's out there because of the duck. Anyway, a lot of those services you have to pay for, or they're going to have some sort of logo on the screen. And most of what they do, you can use OBS, which is an open source streaming software. But it requires a lot of learning curve. I've made a lot of mistakes with it. I've struggled with it a lot. I've been very frustrated by it. So you pay to not have any of those problems. There are also other features that StreamYard and the like can do that OBS can't do. But yeah, Stream Elements is the one Michael uses. But yeah, I mean, the fun thing with OBS is that because it's open source, you can pretty much do whatever you want with it if you learn how. So I'm trying to learn how. I'm trying to learn a lot of things. I'm always trying to learn a lot of things. All right, what's the second pour? Let's drink some more. Oh yes. So yeah, this is gonna be sample 1 in your. I almost called it a packet. It's not a packet. It's a sample pack. So, Old Forester 2020 birthday bourbon. 2021 just dropped. If you want to go pay $1,500 for a bottle, you can pick one up off the internet. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. It's not $1,500 good. No freaking way. Give me a break. No way. Jack is sipping on Backbone wheat. Aha. Stacy says Browns fan here. Let the laughter commence. Yeah. Matt is sipping on the Barrel Proof 920 Elijah Craig. Good stuff. I like the 919 and 920 are good ones. Disappointed in Johnny Drum private stock. Yeah, you're not the first person I've heard say that. I actually have sort of avoided trying Johnny Drum because I just haven't been offered it. I would try it if somebody gave it to me, but I'm not going to buy it because I've heard a couple of bad things about it. Stacy, disappointed in Willet pot still. Yeah, that's a common thing. I hear a lot of people say that. I expected those baking spices you get from the Irish single pot like Redbreast. The Willet was kind of blah. Yeah, honestly, I think part of Willet's problem with their pot still, honestly, it comes down to, I think, aging. When you're doing a pot still whiskey, you've got to age it differently than you age a bourbon. And part of that is because, as some of you know and some of you might not, pot still whiskeys are basically going to have a wider cut. And the cut is essentially where you're cutting out the alcohol that's releasing at too low of a temperature and too high of a temperature, the heads and the tails. And those elements can be either poisonous or they can taste bad. The column or coffee stills that are used in bourbon typically are making much more narrow and controlled cuts, and they kind of recycle the distillate and run it through several times so you can pull the most out of it and then get this very narrow cut of flavor. Whereas the pot still, it kind of just goes through once and does its thing. Now, for example, the Irish whiskey is triple distilled. So it is running through the pot still multiple times, which makes it more like, and the cuts become thinner and it becomes more like a column still. But you're still gonna have a much broader band of flavors. And when you're doing that, the oak, in my opinion, can interact with those flavors in a way that's unhelpful for the overall profile. I've sort of felt like Willet pot still is missing some things that it shouldn't be and includes some things it shouldn't include. It feels like an unbalanced whiskey to me. What else we got going on? Eric said Untitled Bourbon Blue Store Pick. Absolutely didn't care for it. Not my palate. Way too much grass taste. Yeah, grass can be a note that really can ruin a pour. Typically, you shouldn't get grassiness in a lot of American whiskey. You can get kind of a grassy taste in some Irish whiskeys, and sometimes it can even be preferable, but it's one of those expectations thing. If you come into it with the right expectations, you can enjoy it. That's sort of how I feel about a lot of smoky, peated whiskeys. I like a peated whiskey, but I got to be ready for it. I have to come into it with the mentality of this is a smoky, peaty whiskey. And it's almost like you drink it different, like the way it approaches your mouth is different. What else we got going in the chat? Matt was hopeful because of Willet. Mike McAllister got a Backbone Wheat Barrel Proof. He's going to open soon. Michael Trader's trying to find Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select. You know, I saw a bottle of that at a local bar. I didn't buy a pour of it, but I probably should. I'd love to try it. Jack's got the Rural Inn store pick of Backbone Wheat. I actually sold my pick of that for home repair money. Tony sipping on that Knob Creek 15 year. Is that a pick, Tony, or is that the like box special edition Knob Creek 15? Because people really shat on that box because it was lower proof than those 15-year store picks that went out. But I'm telling you, me and a buddy took those store picks. We took 5 or 6 of them and we proofed them down so they were at the same proof as that 100 proof box. And we both were like, that box is way better. Way better. Jack Willet pot still tastes like it was filtered through a garbage disposal. Love the Noah's Creek, though. I have not had a Willet product that was their distillate that I really liked. Stacy says Willet's biggest problem with their pot still is that it isn't in Ireland. Ben says larceny is grassy to me. One of the things I really like about a lot of the larceny store picks is that I get a lot less of that grassiness, because you're totally right on the standard larceny. The 93 proof standard larceny, to me, tastes very grain forward. It's a wheater and it's young, so that wheat becomes bright, becomes grainy, which a lot of people drink as grassy. But there are a lot of larceny store picks. Matter of fact, the Bourbon World pick I just picked up, that I don't get that note at all on. It's much better. Mash Bill says, have I tried the new mash bill of Willet Pot still? No, I haven't. Maybe it's better now. I'll have to give it another try. Stacy switched to Irish. She had been drinking Swedish whiskey today. Ooh. I have not had much Swedish whiskey. I don't know if I've had any Swedish whiskey. Stacy's got some interesting stuff. Me and Stacy are going to have to chat. Mike McAllister. He thinks the Jack Daniel's special releases are underrated. Except for that special release rye at Barrel Proof. That special release rye at Barrel Proof was freaking good. I know Trevor will agree. He's blinded it several times with some real hitters. And every time he finds that Jack Daniel's rye Barrel Proof limited release, whatever they called it, was phenomenal. And I have to agree. I've had 3 or 4 different versions of it. Every one of them was just mwah, delicioso. Let's see, we got Hopkin and L. It's the C920 tonight. Big night for the C920. Let's see. Tony's drinking the store pick at 120. Yes, not all Irish are triple distilled. That's true. Actually, it's kind of funny. The triple distillation. I talk about this in one of my videos, but the triple distillation in Irish whiskey actually kind of came from tax law, which I think is funny. A lot of Irish was double distilled before the triple distillation, but there became a tax on malted barley. And so a lot of Irish whiskey producers started cutting their whiskey with unmalted barley. And to get enough alcohol out of the unmalted barley to produce a whiskey at the proof they wanted, they had to distill it again. And triple distillation thus became a very common thing with Irish whiskey. So it traces back to the 1800s to some taxes on malted barley, which is kind of fun. Yeah, Trevor speaking up for that JD single barrel proof rye. I knew he would. All right, let's get into pour number 2 here. Pour number 2, Old Forester barrel proof, Old Forester, Old Forester Birthday Bourbon 2020. I'm gonna lean back. I'm sitting too far forward in my haunches. I want to get comfy on this stream. By the way, guys, if you like this shirt, that is an alien who is stealing a barrel of whiskey with my logo on it. These shirts, I believe, are for sale again. This shirt, I believe, is for sale again at thedrinkpro.com. That's my name, thedrinkpro.com. We've got this shirt up. We've got the standard logo shirt up. It's just got boop, boop, that little logo right there on it. So some cool stuff up on the website. I need to get up there and make sure all the prices and the descriptions are right. I don't think they are, but hey, take advantage of my slowness and my inability to do everything at once. So go check out the website, thedrinkpro.com. Anyway, that alien is a communist. Akeem the Dream is in the chat. What's up, buddy? Akeem is the one that hooked me up with the Redbreast 27. He showed me how freaking good that is, and that's why I've got a bottle in this video. Yeah, and I'll say it again. I'm surprised I haven't gotten more notifications yet about this just killer freaking sample pack that's put together. I just saw that. Okay. Looks like we might have a couple more. We might have a couple more people. Nope. Nope, you have not missed the giveaway. Stanley, the giveaway. I'm still drinking my second pour, to be honest with you. But yeah, guys, $5 per entry. Super chats, my Venmo, and my PayPal. We got some serious stuff here. We've got the 24-year-old Heaven Hill Pre-Fire from Single Cask Nation. We've got what I'm drinking right now, the 2020 Birthday Bourbon from Old Forester. We've got a Pappy 15. We've got an Old Forester 150th Anniversary Batch Proof. And we've got the Redbreast 27 Serious Business. Oh, I dropped something. Mike McAllister, does our super chats count towards the contest? Yes, they do. The super chats do count. Nick said he spent his bourbon allowance on the last giveaway. Yeah, Nick was in here throwing down, and he's got 2 bottles that Trev's going to come pick up for him at some point. But I would get in on this sample pack if I were you, Nick. $5, man. It's worth the try. These are some freaking hitters. I got over $3,000 in bottles, so what is that? What is that? Now I got to look it up. My cost of these freaking samples is $125. That's how much it cost me to get the samples. So you're getting a steal. I'm basically giving them to you at cost. That's even after everybody comes in on these. So, you know, hell of an option. Man, this smells really good. This smells better than I remember it. I'm not sure that this is actually... I'm not sure if this is actually Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. Nick says, I'm in for 25 already. I'm sure as I drink these, ECBPs still get in for more. This is, I might have fucked this up. I don't know what I've poured here. Because this, wait a minute. I'm very skeptical about that. Let me, Akeem is in. Let me smell this thing. No, that's it. I may have mislabeled it, but if I mislabeled it, then y'all are winning, because this smells freaking amazing. I mean, this just has... I don't remember the 2020 Birthday Bourbon smelling this good. I mean, this is just cinnamon sticks and deep, rich, sweet, creamy. I mean, I get like cedar and birch. Vanilla, like a natural vanilla. This is one of those whiskeys you gotta huff. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Trev says 2020 birthday bourbon was very tropical to him. Yeah, this is not tropical right now. Maybe after I taste it, it will be, but right now I'm just getting tons of like sweet sugar, cinnamon, maybe a hint of like maple syrup, maybe some honey. All right, let's taste this. Maybe I fucked up. Maybe I mislabeled this. No, I definitely think that's birthday bourbon. It's interesting. You know, this bottle was killed in one night at a party, and there's a good chance that maybe that tropical note came from leaving the bottle open longer than that, because this went from the bottle into the sample bottle in one night's time. But I prefer this to any of the BBs I've had. Not any of the BBs I've had, but any of the 2020 BB tastes I've ever had. What else we got here? Stacy says he suggests people get minis and sample sets of Irish. Yeah, the Redbreast 3-pack for $15 is a great example. Nick says pop those bottles and keep yourself some pours before we swap, Trev. Yolanda, what are you guys going to do if I win it? Well, if Yolanda wins it, then we have to make Yolanda drink it. Also, I hope she knows that I'm losing 30% of the money she's putting in, so she's just paying YouTube for us to get our own money back. I mean, I appreciate you, but, you know. I mean, I guess, you know, after leaving it open for... I've been capping these with little challenge coins, but, after leaving it to the open air for a little bit... Okay. She's shouting at me from the other room. I guess after I let it breathe for a while, I'm getting like a tropical note. But it's way more subtle than I remember it. I remember it being straight up like guava or pineapple or something like that, but right now this to me is just it just smells like good not particularly complicated Brown-Forman. Like banana bread vibes. Started very cinnamony. Still a breadiness to it. A lot of dessert qualities. Mash bill. Stanley says, are you sure that it's not that 2 o'clock chugs blend? Definitely not. All right, let's taste it again. See, now this is a good example of a whiskey that this is a really good whiskey, but it's not complicated. And I think that scared a lot of people away from this pour. I think a lot of people said the 2020 birthday bourbon is not as good as other batches. And I think part of the reason is it's just, this is an easy drinker. It's not complex. It's not complicated. It's just kind of hanging out. And for a special occasion, high dollar bottle, that's not what people want. But this is a perfectly good whiskey. I like this a lot. sweet. There's some kind of fruit on this. What kind of fruit is it? Let me pull out my handy dandy guide here. What kind of fruit is this? See, now the tropical's coming forward again. This is getting the apricot note. And guava. Apricot and guava, yep. Maybe a little bit of cherry as well. What's the proof on that? 98 proof? Yeah, that also kind of drinks like something that could have been better at a higher proof. That feels like it's missing something to me. Okay. Excuse me. Let me get another sip of water here. Stacy says, have you tried Keeper's Heart from O'Shaughnessy in MN? I assume that's Montana? No, that's MT. MN. Minnesota? Minnesota? Yeah. The master distiller is Brian Nation from Middleton. Her friend has 2 bottles, and she hasn't tried it yet. Heard it's got big rye notes. Bourbon Baller says tater whiskey. I mean, yeah. I think a lot of brands that get labeled tater whiskey are basically expensive whiskeys that aren't big, bold, or interesting, or not interesting. They're like expensive whiskeys that aren't particularly complex, that aren't big, bold, or unique. If it's not complex and it's not unique, and it's expensive, then it's probably tater whiskey. But I like some tater whiskey. Sometimes I tater real hard. It does happen. It has been known to happen. So the mid palate and the finish are kind of lacking on the birthday bourbon. At least compared to that 24-year-old Heaven Hill, which is just freaking dense. This is 10 years old. It does have a nice spiciness throughout the mid palate into the longer finish components. But it kind of feels like a rattling cymbal. It's all high notes, and you don't have any bass. You don't have any mid notes. There's no vocals. It's just like hi-hat solo. Which kind of leaves it lacking a little bit. Oh, we're having sinus issues tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have any tissues. Bourbon Baller says, don't get me wrong, I love OFBB, but I'll only pay MSRP for it. I totally agree, Bourbon Baller. I think this bottle, I'd probably pay, I don't know, if somebody had this bottle for me for $200 or $250, I'd probably buy it because it's rare and I don't have one. But in terms of just the juice, if somebody was like, here is this jar of juice, how much would you pay for it? I'm not going to pay more than, 100, 120, 130, something like that. All right. Yolanda, if you win, I'll give you like $5 for it. That's pretty funny. Gotta close off the notifications. It looks like I got another PayPal notification here from, who sent me the PayPal? Was it Stanley? Yep, got another one from Stanley. Cool. Bourbon Baller would say paid no more than $135. He's not drinking Henny right now, I don't think, Akeem. I didn't realize that Mash and Drum was gonna have a concurrent stream. Come on, man! Somebody tell Jason to let me have this one. Let me have Thursdays, Jason. Come on, man. I'm doing the best I can here. I'm trying to compete with a dude who's got tens of thousands of subs. I got 1,000 now. I've got 1,000, and I'm happy about it. But let me have Thursdays, Jason. Somebody go tell Jason to let me have Thursdays. Please. It's my night. It's my special day. It's my special day. Anyway, enough of my nonsense. Let's drink some Pappy. Let's drink some frickin' Pappy. Pappy Van freaking Winkle 15 year. 107 proof. This is the 2018 bottling, by the way. Mash and Journey's doing a pick, and Drums and Drams are doing a 2K, and he got married celebration, Trevor said. Yeah, well, tell him that Thursday is Kyle's night. Thursday is Drink Pro Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday with the Drink Pro. He's going to try not to break this bottle of Pappy over his webcam. Sorry. I shouldn't be angry. Should be nice and happy. I'm happy for everyone's success on WhiskeyTube. But let me have this one, guys. Let me have this one. Pappy 15. Oh, and I put the horns on this. By the way, I still have some of these glasses. If anybody wants some of these glasses, just shoot me an email. I haven't gotten them up on the store yet. There you go. I haven't gotten these up on the store yet, but I'll send them to you on an email, so let me know if you want one. This was hand-painted. Yolanda painted this, painstakingly painted this Viking helmet. And that's what was covering my... Oh, Pappy 15. It smells so good. This thing's straight up... it's a very familiar smell, I gotta say. What is that? It's like Laffy Taffy almost. Yolanda, put a link in the chat for the website. Stacy says she loves whiskey but has a hard time with bourbon. It's so sweet or high enough proof to run a weed whacker. I like Buffalo Trace, Starlight, and Whiskey War Barrel Proof. Starlight is a sleeper. I like a lot of the stuff Starlight's doing. Stacy, I definitely recommend you check out some of the finished products out there as well. There are several Bell Mead finishes that are pretty good. I know that Texas Bourbon has some really unique stuff, some much oakier stuff. A lot of the stuff coming out of Texas is fun because it's going to be younger, so you'll get some high notes, some sharp, bright, pretty notes. But then also because it's so hot, you get a lot of interesting, dark, deep, oaky notes. And even proof down, a lot of those whiskeys are very unique and not your standard super sweet bourbon. Jax loves adding to the Glencairn collection. Yeah, shoot me an email, thedrinkpro@gmail.com. Stacy only has one Glencairn. She's got a dozen, I don't know how you say that, Tulaf glasses. I've tried a bunch of different glasses, and the Glencairn is one I always keep coming back to. Let's see. Man. Yeah, this is, it's really straight up candy. Pappy 15, man. No joke. Caramel apple. That's the note I'm thinking of. It's straight up caramel apple. Like, straight up. Tony says Starlight will bankrupt you with all the releases they have. Yeah, Tony, you gotta hit me up, man. I know you've got one of those really rare releases, and I want to try one. The cigar batch, is that the one? I don't know. I know you got some special. We gotta chat about that. I want to try it. Yeah, now that I figured it out, I can't stop getting caramel apple. It's so sweet and creamy and fruity, though. Those are my big favorite notes in a bourbon. I want it sweet, creamy, and fruity. There's a dirty joke in there somewhere. I won't make it. I'll leave that to your filthy imaginations. Okay, I gotta taste this. You know, I've heard several people say that the 15 is the best expression of Pappy. When I did it, when I tried all of the different Van Winkles side by side, the 15 and the 20 were in close competition with each other. And I definitely think that part of what that has to do with is the fact that this is super sweet and fruity, but it also has this long, beautiful, oaky finish. And so it's this balance and the best of both worlds. I have an old Rip Van Winkle 10, and I really like it. But the finish on it is lacking. It doesn't have a super interesting, oaky finish. Akeem, if he didn't have kids, he'd buy the Henny Ricard for 4K. Starlight will bankrupt you with those releases. Yeah, Tony's ready. Matt, Minnesota. I see Matt's watching the football game tonight. Happy to help, Stacy. I can't shut up about different whiskeys, so if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. I'll be happy to talk for too long about them. I think I'm getting a couple viewers back from the game. I'm seeing the numbers go up. And it looks like it's halftime. So people come back to me after the half on the Ohio State game. That's fine. I'll take it. I will take it. Man, frickin' Pappy 15, guys. Pappy 15. Oh, shit. The raspberry showed up. Oh, the raspberry showed up. Holy shit. I need a moment. You guys, I'm going to show my age a little bit, but you guys remember that meme with Neil deGrasse Tyson just going... He was talking about Isaac Newton inventing calculus at 26. That's how I feel about this. I got nothing. I got nothing. Sweet, creamy, almost buttery caramel. Then right away jumps into that raspberry. Hints of blueberry, like a candied blueberry, not a real blueberry, a fake blueberry, artificial blueberry. Oh, and apple and cinnamon. The caramel sticks throughout the whole time. Finish is long and oaky. God, it's so good. Mike McAllister, Kyle, I'm a Buckeye fan. I can tell you that you are far more entertaining than the crap I just watched. Yeah, a lot of OSU fans in my chat, and they were not having fun. Jack, I have a Pappy 15 story for you. First non-standard whiskey I ever drank several years ago. Never heard of it at the time. I had it neat and then had it with Coke afterwards. That's funny, Jack. That's funny. I will say recently, there was an interview with... was it Preston Van Winkle? The third, talking about Julian Van Winkle the third. Julian Van Winkle the third, talking about how he recently accepted the fact that you could add ice or water or something to the Van Winkle products. He said he wouldn't do it with the older Pappies, but he would still do it with some of the products. And he just sort of accepted that as a possibility. So I still stand with the drink at how you like it. Brad says he needs to find another Starlight Sherry Finished. I've never had the Sherry Finished Starlight. Or the Blackberry Whiskey, in quotes, that Stacy mentioned. Matt says, meh, I bet it's just like Weller 107. It's similar, but it is not the same. Oh, man. This is going away too fast. Oh, it's so good, though. God. Ugh. Long, fruity, sweet, creamy. Then it moves to oaky. Man. Man, that is serious stuff. That is serious stuff. Okay. Bourbon Baller. Jack says he's all about neat now. Bourbon Baller says Pappy makes a good old fashioned. It probably does, but I'm not sure if he's just trolling or if that's something he does regularly. But I'm sure you're right, Bourbon Baller, because good whiskey makes good cocktails, and Pappy has enough complexity that it would show up in anything. Got some questions. Stacy says, what do you think of American single malt? Fell in love with Westland Sherry Wood this summer. I'll tell you what, I just had an American single malt that was super impressive. God, who makes it? Shoot. It may have been Westland, actually. No, I don't think it was. Oh, no. It's at... Akeem might know. Akeem, if you're in the chat, brother... Chris, Akeem, wake up. If you are in the chat, let me know, what is the store pick at Vine and Table that they recently got, the single malt? He is a baller. You're right about that, Matt. It would fit. All right. But yeah, I like single malt whiskey. There are some really good single malt American whiskeys. It's still such a new genre, though, that there's a lot of them that haven't really found their own. Akeem says there's some decent American single malts out there. They got to make up some ground. That's exactly what I was getting at. They need to spend more time working on Town Branch. Thank you, Akeem. I knew he would know. Town Branch. They made a really solid store. I got a really solid store pick of that at my local shop. It is very good for the price, like Akeem says. Couldn't agree more. I want to go back up here for a minute. Nick says, what's your favorite of the barrel bourbons you have up there on the shelf behind you? Probably... There's a 56.59% alcohol Private Select. It's a blend of 4 different bourbons. That's a really solid barrel pick. I've also got a barrel bottle of the Seagrass, which is freaking phenomenal. I've tasted that a couple times and really liked it. I haven't opened my bottle yet because I'm moving. But yeah, that private release, this is batch 57. That's solid. Brad mentioned Stranahan's as a single malt. Stranahan single malt is fine. I feel like it needs work. It tasted young to me and undeveloped. Westland tastes like good coffee. Stacy, if you haven't seen any of my coffee videos, I'm going to start making some more, but I love coffee, so that is a high endorsement for me. I've got some coffee videos out there. I want to make some more. I love tasting notes on coffee because they're so different from tasting notes on whiskey. Definitely have to check that out then. Mike McAllister, I have Town Branch single malt store pick 13 year. That is interesting. That interests me for sure. I have not had the 13 year. I think Matt just joined in, and I got another super chat from Matt. Here's something without YouTube's cut. I like that. Cheers, Matt. I like that. This is a great question. Seagrass versus Dovetail. Now the Dovetail, I'm trying to remember what the Dovetail is finished in. Internet will tell me. It will remind me. Okay. Yeah, it's where they blend the rum, port, and Dunn Vineyard Cabernet barrel finishes. And it's the undisclosed Indiana and Tennessee distillery sourcing. It's NAS, so it's probably a blend of 10 and 11-year-old. Okay. Yeah. I'm remembering this now. I don't have a bottle of the Dovetail. That would be a lot of fun to do that as a side-by-side. But overall, I think I preferred the Seagrass because I am sort of a sucker for fruitier flavors. And the Dovetail does have some really nice sweet components. But the Seagrass, for me, it's finished in a fruit. I think it was like apricot or something. Apricot brandy. It's finished in a fruit-forward product. And I have had some fruit-forward product whiskeys that were terrible. So finding one that does it right was like really special for me. Fruit finish that isn't syrupy is damn near impossible. The Dovetail's a very good whiskey, and I really should revisit that, Matt. I really should revisit the Dovetail. So that may be one I'm hunting down a sample of to do a side by side, or maybe jumping for a whole bottle. I don't know. I want to try it again before I jump for a whole bottle. Stacy has the Stranahan's finished in Bushmills cask. It was a distillery exclusive. That's interesting. I wonder how a Bushmill cask finish would affect a whiskey like Stranahan's. Because, I mean, unless if it's higher proof, if that distillery exclusive is higher proof than typical Stranahan's, it might be really unique. But if they proof it down, I'm not sure it's going to be that interesting because Stranahan's wasn't very interesting to me. Jack says the Caffeinery from Muncie has some really tasty coffee. Well, I'm not going to make it up to Muncie anytime soon, but next time you're up there, grab a bag for me. Brad said, oh man, fruity makes me think of Bardstown Discovery number 2. That bottle was amazing. It's been a minute since I've had Discovery 2. I do like a lot of the Bardstown Discovery series. And actually, you know what? The Bardstown Orange Curacao finish is one of the few Orange Curacao finishes that I liked. I did not care for the Parker's Orange Curacao. I felt like it was over Curacao-y. There was too much Curacao. The Curacao finish on the Bardstown is sweet. It is sweet, undeniably. But it wasn't syrupy. The texture was important. The texture made it doable for me. Yeah, definitely look for the Town Branch, Stacy. Okay, let's bust this bad boy open. Redbreast 27. This is batch number 2. 53.5% alcohol. Triple distilled. Single pot still. I'm gonna... How do I want to do this? I guess I could hold it up high. So this is the box. Do it like I do an ASMR. This is the box. It comes in. And then inside the box, there is a bag. And then inside the bag, there is a box. And then inside the box, that's in the bag, that's in the box. Am I opening it wrong? Yes. There is a bottle. And then to get the bottle out, you take out this little sleeve and you pull the bottle out. And the bottle is actually notched in the back, which aligns with that notch in the box. There you can see it. So that the bottle is always facing forward. How's that for ridiculous packaging? Bourbon Baller, did I just hear Kyle hating on a Parker's Heritage? Crazy talk. Yeah, what can I say? The Orange Curacao Parker's Heritage wasn't my favorite. I think I preferred the Orange Curacao from Bardstown, which is big talk. They sell it online, says Jack. Okay, I'll check it out. The Caffeinery. The Stranahan Bushmills is 47. I think the Bushmills just rounded out the edges. That makes sense. It makes sense. All right, so this is 27-year-old batch 2. Now it says the seamless... Oh, wait. My bad eyes. Hold on, I'm being an old man for a second. What the fuck is that word? Okay, a succulent. A succulent medley of ripe, dark fruit blood orange and walnuts with summer berries, soft vanilla, and smoldering oak. Enriched by ruby port casks. And I still don't really know what enriched, come on, enriched by ruby port casks means. What the hell is enriched by ruby port casks? It doesn't say finished in. It doesn't say blended with ruby port. There are technical terms with whiskeys. Specific words mean specific things. And when you start using that kind of undefined language, it makes me nervous. I don't know what that is. Stacy's in for another one. Redbreast 27. All right. Opening the bottle. Opening the bottle. Opening the bottle. Failing to open the bottle cleanly. Bourbon Baller. Now I'm pretty sure Bourbon Baller's trolling. Redbreast 27 is just okay. Yeah, now Stacy's excited, Matt said. Well, yeah, she's been talking up Irish all night. She's ready for this one, man. Excuse me. All right. Let's get that nice pop. Hold on. Oh, yeah. That's a good sound. Whew. 27 years is a mighty long time. What would happen if I just dropped this whole fucking bottle? That'd break my heart. That would break my heart. I'm going to go ahead before I... Uh-oh. Trevor says, isn't that like a $600 bottle? It's not cheap. It's not cheap. Jack says, Redbreast cast strength is really good. I can only imagine on the 27. Well, you don't have to imagine, buddy. All you got to do is enter into the... All you got to do is... Here's the thing. I can do segues, but I can't stop laughing in the middle of doing them. I can't take myself seriously when I try to transition from that freaking... when I try to transition from that freaking statement by Jack into the sales pitch. I just start laughing. Yeah, you don't just have to imagine, Jack. You can try it by winning the Unicorn Sample Pack. All you gotta do is enter, again, $5 an entry. You can use Super Chat. You can use my Venmo at The Drink Pro. You can use PayPal at The Drink Pro. You might win some hitter bourbons and Irish whiskey. Stacey had no Redbreast 27. She popped the legendary Silky, the lightly peated Irish whiskey. You know, I've had a couple of lightly peated Irish whiskeys that I really liked. Mike McAllister, is the Redbreast 27 better than JTS Brown? Oh, yeah. Matt says, pour the sample now. Actually, I am going to. Gary's about to pop the Wild Turkey 17-year B&B to celebrate the birth of his second son. Congratulations, Gary. That's awesome, man. Cheers, brother. Jack is entered for sure. All right. I actually am going to pour that sample before I do anything else, Matt. So you watched me pour it into the glass. I got the glass right here. And now you get to see the ridiculous process that I use to pour samples. This is a little syringe. Cheers, Mike. This is a little syringe that Yolanda got from a Halloween party. They were little shots. You could fill these with shots and then shoot them into people's mouths. It's like a syringe. You could be like a scary doctor with shots. But what I found is these are the perfect size to get into these little syringes. Suck the whiskey out. And then you got sample bottle. Where the hell did I put that sample bottle? Here it is. Sample bottle. Take the lid off. Should have done that before I had a hand with whiskey in it. And fits right in. And you can just press down. This is easier to do when I'm not trying to show a camera. You can just press down. And the whiskey is in the sample bottle. Ta-da. Best dollar Yolanda ever spent. The red breast is in the sample bottle, Matt. You don't have to worry anymore. Sample pack. All right. Oh, there is so much fruit in this. It's crazy. I mean, this thing is just... I mean, I get tons of pineapple. Stacy, I've never had either of those red breasts. Those sound very interesting, though. Brad says, time to Yolanda to bring up some snacks to pair with the whiskeys. Not going to do that tonight, but usually that would happen. You're right, Brad. We'll have to do that again soon, though. But tonight we're focusing on these hitter pours. And trying to get people to put in some money to win this serious sample pack. Oh. I mean, like I mentioned, I get pineapple. I get guava. I get apricot. I get raspberries. I get blackberries. Man, there is so much going on in this. Ooh. Now, the reason I do that is because I have a slightly deviated septum, so I can't get as much scent out of this nostril without forcing the issue. Some days it's easier than others, but today I'm having a hard time. So I'm opening that nostril by moving my sinus cavities. I'm sure that won't be a problem later on. Oh, it's so fruity. It's crazy. All right, let's taste it. Well, there's no mistaking it's an Irish whiskey. It's definitely got a little bit of that grassy note on the finish. But up front, it is super sweet. Berry, again, very berry forward. I get strawberries on the palate. Guava, again, on the palate as well as on the nose. I get this almost like sour cherry kind of vibe in the mid palate. Stacy says we're pretty big Irish fans in the house. Jack, salted caramel is delicious with bourbon. Salted caramel would be... I'm sorry, salted chocolate. I can't read. Salted chocolate would be delicious with this pour. It really would be. I definitely did not get my fill of that. Let me pour myself just a touch more. I should have measured it out, but I forgot to. That's okay. I know approximately how much were in my other pours, so we'll keep it that consistent. Oh. This is a lovely pour. Yeah, and after you get 2 or 3 sips of this, you really start to be able to explore that profile. And interestingly, this is not a whiskey I would chew. When you chew the whiskey, the grassiness becomes more prominent, and this almost sour note in the mid palate becomes more prominent. But if you just sip it and let it wash over you, then you just get tons of fruit, red berries all day. A nice little slight oaky black pepper. Driver said, what pour you on now? Right now I'm on the Redbreast 27, man. And it is beautiful. sweet, slight citrus, tons of berries, caramel, black pepper, mid-palate. You do get a little bit of sourness in the mid-palate, which I kind of read as either guava or sour cherry. Hints of grassiness on the finish, but the Red Breast 27 grassiness is subtle, and the oak and the black pepper are there. There's a lot less oaky than a lot of the bourbons that I've tried thus far, but there is still an oak note in there. Man, that's good stuff. All right, guys, we are nearing the end of the adventure here. Oh, I kept the Pappy up there. I should have put the Red Breast up there, but now I'm done drinking the Red Breast, so no one told me. Okay. Now, this is the final pour that I'm going to taste before I start doing the giveaway. Let me see if I can't move this. I'm in real dangerous territory here. I don't really trust myself. Shit, I'm gonna break something. But we're going for it. Oh, you can't see that. Where can I see it? You can see it there. Okay. And then put the Pappy. Okay. And then I'm gonna put the Red Breast box because I don't care about the box as much as I care about the actual juice. And then, yeah, that'll work. Move this silly little tag. All right. And then, finally, there you go. Now you can see everything. There you go. That is the sample pack. That is the Unicorn sample pack. It's $5 an entry. You can Venmo at the Drink Pro. You can PayPal at the Drink Pro. You can send me a super chat. $5 an entry. That is a freaking unbelievable sample pack. Like I said, my cost for the samples. These are 1 ounce samples, 5 different 1 ounce samples, and my cost on the samples is $125. So I'm basically giving these away at cost, maybe below cost by the time this is all over. I don't have that many people that have sent me money, so your odds are really freaking good on winning this serious sample pack. I'm not making any money here. I'm really not, guys. I'm just wanting to share delicious whiskey to celebrate my 1,000 subscribers. I'm super excited to have 1,000 subscribers. This is awesome. Thank you guys for being here in the chat with me. Thank you for being a part of this celebration. It's great. It's awesome. I'm looking forward to making a whole lot more content in the near future. I'm going to chew on this wood for a minute because it had whiskey on it. Okay. Now, let's drink this Old Forester 150th. Ooh, yeah. Now, that really isn't... This was a good test of something because I went from the single cask and the Old Forester birthday bourbon to a 107 proof Pappy and a 107 proof Red Breast. So we went from, 95, 94 proof up to 107 proof. So what is that? Like 20 points? And now we're going up, 15 points? 125 from 107? Yeah, so we went from 98 to 107. So we went from 11. That was an 11-point jump, and now we're doing like a 16-point jump. And this 16-point jump really shows up. Tim Evans, 1999. Appreciate the super chat. Cheers, my brother. Jack is celebrating in the chat as well. Stacy's got some really cool offerings from Green Spot Chateau Level Barton. I assume that's how you say that, or something like that. Man, I gotta talk with Stacy about some Irish whiskey because I do enjoy Irish whiskey, and she's throwing in some real awesome names in that chat. And another 5. Appreciate it, Stacy. Thank you so much. Having more fun than watching the football game. Cheers. Hopefully I can raise your spirits more than the Buckeyes tonight. What up, Jack? Appreciate it, my man. I love the little meme. Jack's throwing around super chat. I'm too low for this shit. Hold on. Drop down my Yeah, with the sunglasses on. All right. Akeem has got the dollar signs. What my Venmo again? It's going to show up on the screen here, Gary. My Venmo is at the Drink Pro. He found it. Yolanda says, see, I knew y'all would bury my entries. Akeem's throwing dollar signs. Throw some money in there, Akeem. Said these dollar signs. I want to see those dollar signs. John C. goes in with 5 on a super chat. Appreciate it, John. Y'all are smart for doing this because, like I said, I'm not making money on this. I know it seems crazy, but I'm really not. This is a crazy hitter sample pack. And I spent too much for a couple of those bottles. It happens. Stacy's going to hook me up. Appreciate you, Stacy. Those green spot finishes are legit. I have not had any of those green spot finishes. Akeem, I'm going to have to talk with you because I know you got some of those somewhere. You got whiskey tucked away in that house somewhere. I believe it. This is really good. I like this. Now, this is another one. This bottle is... Mike McAllister and I were talking about this earlier. That the whiskey sort of hits its sweet spot between 2/3 and 1/3 open. I think he's onto something with that because this is a little bit less than half full on the bottle, between 2/3 and 1/3, and it's really nice. Gary sent a Venmo. Appreciate you, Gary. Thank you so much, brother. Oh, I mean this now. If you compare this with the Old Forester, this is totally different. I mean, it still has some of that classic, like, cinnamon breadiness. But personally, I get a lot more citrus on this. I get a lot more berry on this. Like, this is strawberry jam. Or maybe like a strawberry lemon pie. Something like that. Maybe like a pudding. Or like a custard. Like a strawberry, like a lemon custard pie with strawberries on top and whipped cream. Yeah. I'm making myself hungry. Why does this always happen? I get a couple whiskeys in me and I just want to eat. Damn it. Last thing I need is more calories after all this whiskey. C'est la vie. Yolanda says, can you please turn the OF canister? It's driving me crazy. I didn't turn the OF canister, Yolanda, because you can't see it's 1/50th because of the lighting. I'm going to really bother Yolanda. There you go. How's that? I turned it, baby. I turned it for you. Oh, man. I love her. She and I have great antics together. All right. Stacy's throwing out advice left and right. Y'all, if you want to know something about Irish whiskey, just scroll back in this chat and look at what Stacy has to say. She's throwing advice left and right. I don't know. Matt's adding Bourbon Baller, but I don't know what about. I missed something there. Welcome everyone. The channel after 10 turns into the Food Pro. Mike McAllister is not wrong. I typically, it has come to the point where I typically have a snack after 10 on these streams. I'm really gonna try not to tonight. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to count calories, so I'm really gonna try not to tonight. But we'll see where the night takes us. I still got another pour after this one. This smells so freaking good, though, guys. Oh, man. Okay, let's taste it. Let's taste it. Oh, yeah. That's your high proofer there. Tastes like burn. Now, I say that, and a lot of people will instantly be like, give me some kind of grief about it. Like, he's not a real whiskey drinker. He doesn't like the full proof stuff. No. You need to taste your whiskey 3 times. Bird Box, don't mind me. I'm just trolling. No worries, brother. I appreciate you. Bourbon Baller's been in the Patreon. By the way, if you aren't in the Patreon, please consider joining patreon.com/thedrinkpro. I have a lot of cool giveaways. I have a sample pack giveaway every quarter. I have merch giveaways. I enter people into a raffle for a bottle on a regular basis. So lots of cool stuff in my Patreon, patreon.com/thedrinkpro. And while you're here, please remember to subscribe. Like the video, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. It does help me out. Mike McAllister, I count calories as well. Unfortunately, I can count very, very high. Mike's also in the Patreon. Please consider joining. Even the $3 level helps. Okay, enough salesmanship. Let's drink some more of this. Oh. So, what I was getting at before, try in 3 times. First taste, you're going to get heat. It's going to be burny. Second taste, you'll start to get the base flavors lined up. Especially with high proofs, this is important. You'll start to get the base flavors lined up. Third pour, you get the nuance. The nuance shows up third pour, and then beyond that, you get all kinds of cool stuff. But you need to have at least 3 sips. The sweetness really showed up. A lot of fun things. Okay, let's take this third sip. Yep. It's sweet. It's light up front, which is hard to believe at that proof. Citrusy. Matt says, hey, the Drink Pro, you think KFC is still open? 10:15? Yeah, I bet it is. Oh, I bet it is. Ooh, that last wee little nip, I got some fruitiness. I got like, what would that have been? A pear? Orange? Peach. It was a cooked peach. It was yeah. It was like a stewed peaches. Oh! Fucking knew that was gonna happen. Knew that was gonna happen. Jesus. Pesky716, congrats on 1K. He's sipping on Little Book 5. Cheers, brother. Have not tried Little Book 5. Nicely done. $4.99 will be good enough to get you an entry. I've seen a lot of $4.99, so it does seem like for some reason it's not letting people do the $5. I don't really know why. I'm pretty new to the whole super chat thing, so I don't know what's going on there, but appreciate you guys. Oh yeah, that's just solid. That's just solid stuff. Okay, it's 1:45 in to the stream. It's 7:16. I really wanted to do 2 hours worth of content. And I got one more sample left. So I think what I'm going to do is, well, first off, finish off the last bits of these sample bottles. Because there was like a few drops left in each one. So, you know, and a few drops left in this glass. We'll kill off all the little sample bottles. I don't remember if I said I like Mike McAllister saying he can count calories very high. That's funny. That's an Apple mobile app. $4.99 says Matt. Yeah, sounds about right. Stacy has 8 bottles of Irish on the way, 3 bottles of Scotch. Jack just joined the Patreon. Much appreciated, Jack. Cheers, brother. There's a lot of fun stuff that I post up there pretty regularly. $4.99 is an Apple thing. How about that? I did not know that. Go figure. That's weird, but you know, no surprise there that Apple's doing something weird. Oh, we got some more. Appreciate you, Jack, for joining the Patreon. Just saw that. He joined at a level, so his name will be showing up now on the credits of my videos. Trevor still stands alone on the first credit roll, and his name sits there for a while, but he's at a very cool level. I'll tell you guys what, if you get to Trevor's level in the Patreon, when I go out shopping for whiskey, I will text you if I find cool stuff. Now, unfortunately, because the whiskey market is super crazy right now, a lot of the cool stuff isn't, I'm not finding Pappies in the wild or anything like that, but there's a lot of fun store picks out there, and I usually go to places where you try before you buy. So I try the stuff, and I'll buy it for people if you're at that level. Kilco, we all know Apple loves the penny pinch. Yeah, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. All right. I've got, got Gary's Venmo, got Tony's Venmo, I got Sam's Venmo. Cheers, brother. Thank you guys very much. I need to be able to write all this shit down. Do I not have a pen in here? Damn it. I've got myself really cornered into this room. It's not very large. Oh, Jesus. Hey, Yolanda, if you can hear this, can you grab me a pen off the table and throw it into the room? I'd really appreciate it if you can hear this. Trevor says, bring me to Pappy. All right. So the last sample, and unfortunately I don't have, like I said, this is a sample that somebody gave me. I think Henry Cervantes gave me this. But I don't know if he's in the stream or not. Appreciate you, Henry, if you are. I did a video with this. This is E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof batch number 9. This is 130.3, so it's even higher proof than my Old Forester 150th. These are toasty boys, 130.3. If I had a bottle of this, or even like a larger sample, I would share it, but unfortunately, I do not. Oh, I should give notes. I'm just so excited to drink this. It smells amazing. But I'm going to plan on doing this drawing right at 10:30. 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central, 8:30 Mountain, 7:30 Western? West Coast? California? What the... Did I just forget the time zones? What is the West Coast time zone? Oh God, this is embarrassing. What is the West Coast time zone? Oh God. Eastern, Central, Mountain. Matt says this is what your wrenches are for, keeping track of your giveaways. Well, I don't give my wrenches access to my Venmo, so, you know. Mash Bill, thank you for the super chat, man. He says, let's get this over with. Give me the samples. Picked up the Kirtland bottle in the bod and the ECBP B521 today. How much does the B521 go for over here? Probably retail 65. I've seen a lot of places selling it for like 75 or 80. Depends on where you go. But it's pretty hard to find right now. I've seen it a couple of places, but I haven't ran out to try to grab one at this point. I've heard good things, but I haven't tried it yet. This thing is very sharp on the nose. I mean, I understand. Pacific. God, thank you, Jack. It's Pacific time. Golly. Why don't you just call it Western? We got Eastern. We don't have Atlantic time. We got Eastern and Western. Eastern, Central, Standard, Pacific. Yeah, I'm doing the drawing at 10:30, or at least I'm going through all of the people who have entries at 10:30. So if you don't get in by 10:30 my time, now you know what we'll say 2 hours into chat. That gives you 8.5 minutes. You got 8.5 minutes from right now to get your name into the entries. So $5 an entry, Venmo at the Drink Pro, PayPal at the Drink Pro. You can also send me a super chat. That will work as well. $5 an entry. And the sample pack is an ounce of each of the things you see here. 24-year Heaven Hill, 15-year Pappy, the 10-year 2020 Old Forester, the 150th Old Forester, Batch Proof Batch 1, and the Redbreast 27 Batch 2. It is a serious freaking pack of pours. Stacy joined the Patreon. Appreciate it very much, Stacy. I'm glad you had fun tonight. Jack says, I am my own time zone. I love that. Kilco says, I got to try a Pappy 15 recently. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm also in for 2 waffles. I'll check it, man. So if I'm late, I'll let you know. All right, Jack. Well, you got 7.5 minutes, brother. So the more I let this barrel proof breathe, that sharpness goes away a little bit. It's still rather sharp. The alcohol is prominent. The ethanol is prominent. Let me give this a real quick swirl. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. It is nice and sweet. But it's not... This is probably the least sweet that I've smelled tonight, honestly. It's way more citrusy. This thing is orange. I get oranges and lemons. Maybe even lime? Maybe a hint of lime in this? As I keep nosing it, I almost get like a grain note showing up. Which these are relatively old whiskeys, so it's a little surprising. But this is a really solid pour of whiskey, I gotta say. Like, I'm very happy with this. What else am I finding? Come on, Kyle. Once you get 5 or 6 pours in, it gets harder to give notes, but I really want to try to give notes to people. If anything, that's what I'm here for. I love being silly. I love being ridiculous on the internet, but, like, I try to give serious notes when I can. Okay. There's, like, an unripe cherry. How's that for a fucking note? Hide your kids when I'm talking, by the way. I do curse like a sailor sometimes. Especially once we get later in the streams. I'm pretty sure Trev's daughter has learned some colorful language from me. Or at least has been reinforced with some colorful language. This freaking chair is so squeaky. I often stand up for my streams, people who have not been here regularly. I usually stand up for them and kind of pace and use this as a table, and I'm kind of like a caged animal just prowling around. But I like this chair, but it squeaks like a motherfucker, and I don't really like that into my microphone. Why so serious, says Kilka. I have regularly been criticized for being too serious. I know Kilko's just, bullshitting, but like that's a real criticism that is often levied against me. So it's actually a really valid question. Why am I so serious? Probably shouldn't be. What tater are you tasting right now, says Vervin Baller. Well, right now I'm tatering with the batch 9 of the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. 130.3 proof. This is the one that I don't have a bottle of, so I can't give a sample. I only had like half an ounce left, so I'm drinking that half an ounce. Let's taste it. I've been smelling it for too long. There's a lot of oak heads that really like this. And I can see why. The finish is long. It's very oaky. It lingers like crazy. It's not particularly black pepper. It's not particularly like hot pepper or spice. It's just oaky. It's an oaky boy. Up front, pretty classic high proof E.H. Taylor. Just all the E.H. Taylor notes you're used to. Turn up to 11. Sweet, grain. Just E.H. Taylor. Small batch. Just imagine small batch. That's the first half a second. After that, everything gets turned up to 11 for about a second. And then after that, it is oak. The oak demon comes to play, and I am going to give you oaky whiskey. And that's where I'm at right now. Matt, green spot is hitting the spot. Well played. People cheers into the mash bill. Yep, good to see Stanley in the chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Stanley won a sample pack not too long ago, so his luck might still be out there floating around. Your luck might still be out there floating around too. You officially have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to enter to win an ounce of each of those 5. You can send me a super chat. Here's my PayPal at The Drink Pro. That's also my Venmo at The Drink Pro. $5 gets you an entry. It's a hell of a sample pack, man. I got all the samples packed up right here. They're ready to go out the door tomorrow. Actually, honestly, I'll probably wait till Monday because I don't like them sitting in the mail, getting hot and being treated poorly. So I will. I'll put them in the mail Monday. 2 minutes until the tater giveaway, says Bourbon Baller. Yeah. You can make fun of me all you want, Bourbon Baller, but these are freaking cool whiskeys. They are tasty whiskeys, and they're not easy to get your hands on. Oh, yeah. Kilko, you might say it's oak-tacular. I'll see myself out. Well played. Well played, Kilko. Oh, man. Okay. Damn, that's a good whiskey. Oh, Trevor, good point. Tuesday since the holiday. Yes, these will be dropping into the mail on Tuesday. All right. Now, I'm going to find myself a pen, and we're going to do this thing. I'm going to take these down because I know where I can get a pen if I move this. Taking down the bottles. Taking down the bottles. We're gonna raffle off some really fun whiskeys. A sample pack of whiskeys. Tasty bottles to drink. Raffling off the whiskeys. Drinking lots of whiskey. Giving whiskey to my friends. I know you guys wanted me to sing. All right. I'm going to start with the Venmo entries. Stacy, thank you for joining the Patreon. I appreciate you. Brian, thank you for the Venmo. I'm sure you will hit 500. Shout out to Brian. Brian is Kilko Whiskey Musings. He's a good dude. He's been chatting me up. I like him. Consider subscribing to his channel. He's trying to grow. I'm trying to grow too. So subscribe to my channel. Right here. Do that. Click the like. Click the bell. Click subscribe. And then go do the same thing. Go do the same thing for Kilko. All right, last call. $5 an entry. Venmo at The Drink Pro. PayPal app, the Drink Pro. I'm reading through the Venmo right now. I'll tell you what, if you really want to get in right now, last minute, you better do it as a super chat because I'm reading through the Venmo as we speak. All right. So we got Brian in for 2. We got Gary in for 1. We got Tony is in for 2. Then we got Sam. He's in for 6. Well done, Sam. Yeah, I got your Venmo, Gary. Got one from you in Venmo. Well done, Sam. Sam's throwing in for 6. Gotta watch out. Sam's looking for it. Matt, we got Matt in for 10. And don't worry, I'm only doing the Venmo right now. So if I say, like, I know Matt has a super chat out here, so I'm going to do that separately. Part of the value for that is I'm going to be doing this based on numbers, so you might get sort of different pockets of numbers. I'm doing a random number generator. All right. Let's see, what else do I got? Got Brian, Gary, Tony, Sam, Matt. Matt had 2. Trevor had 2. And Jake had 4. Tony had another. Tony had 4. Gotta love it, Tony. Tony's hungry too. Tony's hungry too. World class sustenance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cheers, brother. Okay, Tony had 4. I said Jake had 4. Tony had 4. Jack had 2. Nick had 5. All right. Eric had 1. And I think that's the last of the Venmos. Venmos are closed, boys and gals. Let's go to my email because my app for PayPal is on the fritz. Yes, I have 2 separate Venmos from you, Tony. That is correct. All right. I've got... Let's go to all inboxes here. Where are... this is... I don't like the way they organize these. PayPals are the most difficult to actually find. It's kind of annoying. Like, I know I had PayPals from... at least from Stanley. And why they're not in my email now, I don't freaking know. I gotta get my PayPal shit figured out. Did I accidentally delete them? Maybe I did. No. Alright, if you paid via PayPal, put your name in the chat. Let me know. Because I am not seeing the PayPals on my email, and my app doesn't work right now because who knows why. That's so weird. That's so weird. Jack, Lord Jesus, give me the OFW. Can't read. Lord Jesus, give me OFBB and Pappy. Yeah, what the shit, man? I know that I got a couple of PayPals from my good friend Stanley. Oh, here we go. Why are they going there? That's not the email they should be going to. Well, I found them, at least. So Stanley's in for 2. Man, that was a freaking journey. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, that's a PayPal's. Okay, viewer activity. All right. So then we got Matt in for 1. We got the old phone doctor. He's in for 2. We got Mike McAllister. He's in for 4. We got Michael Trader. He's in for 1. Then we got Trev, the Bourbon Wrench, taste test, testing his luck. His bad luck. 42 and 43. We've got my partner Yolanda at 44. I'm just giving everybody a number for their entries. All right, Stacy has 1 entry. Baghdaddy, which is Bubba, I think. Baghdaddy, got 1 entry. Matt got another entry there. And then we got Nate Cooper. Good old Nate's got 48. Not 48 entries. He's got number 48. Stacy again. 49. Good old Akeem the Dream. He's got 2 entries. Yolanda coming in with another entry. That'd be so funny if she won. If she won, we'll figure something else out. Matt says, wait, you didn't cut off the entries at 8:35. Yolanda says, good content. Hey, people are watching because I'm just going through this. They know the drawing's coming. They get it. People get it. Always criticizing me. So Stacy's got another entry there for that red breast. We got Tim Evans in for 20. $20. Tim's got 4 entries. That's not 4. There we go. Stacy again. Stacy comes in. I like the way Stacy does this. She comes in all over the place. Do you have me down for 4 from Super Chat, said Mike. Yes, I do. All right. Then we got Jack. Oh, Jackson for 2. Then we got John. John is in for 1. Then we've got Pesky716. Can't tell who that is based on the profile pic. And I'm terrible with chat names. Bourbon Baller, stop hating Yolanda. But Pesky is in for 1. 62. And then good old Stanley, the Mash Bill. He's in for the last number, 63. So we've got 63 entries. I submit my super chats like I live all over the place. Well played, Stacey. I'm going to put up a random number generator on my phone. The options are going to be between 1 and 63. That is the number of entries. We're going to roll it 5 times. The 5th roll is the winner. So we're going to go 1 through 63. All right, I'm going to make it so you can see it. I like making it so people can see it in real time. Damn it. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the big winner, 8. Sam got it. Appreciate that. So congratulations to Sam. I gotta say, I like seeing people who donate the most money winning. I think Sam donated the most. That might not be true. I know some people had like 1 here and there, 2 here and there, but he was at least up there. That's always fun. every once in a while I like seeing somebody who puts in a buck or two win, you know, because it's fun to see people who don't have a lot of money throw down. But you increase your odds, you bet more, you win more. So big shout out to Sam. Thank you everybody so much for being a part of this. It absolutely means the world to me. I am so happy to have this channel. It's just a wonderful opportunity for me to talk about whiskey, make friends, keep in touch with my old friends, make new friends, drink some wonderful stuff. The bourbon community is incredibly generous. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being a part of this channel. Gary says, all right, Sam, what's your Venmo? This is just, I love this. I love doing this. I love keeping these connections going. I'm so happy to have 1,000 subscribers. I'm just through the roof. You know, and not even, I mean, I love doing the super chats. That's really nice. But honestly, it's like I got an air of legitimacy now, you know? I've been doing this for a while. Not a long time, but I've been doing it since February 1, 2020. Thank you, John. Congrats on 1,000. Trev's going to bed, as he should. You know, I've been doing this since February 1, 2020, making videos 1 to 2 every week, damn near. And finally getting to 1,000, finally getting that air of legitimacy. Like, all right, now the YouTube sees me as a real content creator now, basically, after like 100+ videos. But yeah, it's just a great feeling, you know. It's awesome. Stacy's gonna get me some Irish whiskey. I appreciate it very much, Stacy. Reach out to me some kind of where, and we'll get a conversation going. Like I said, thedrinkpro@gmail.com. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm all over the place. Oh, you're in my Patreon. Just send me a message on Patreon, Stacy. You can reach me there. Gary still has those ECBP samples for you. I will reach out to you on that, Gary. Sorry I haven't done it yet. I've been running around with a chicken with my head cut off, getting this house ready. All kinds of fun problems. But I've got like 90% of them solved. So I'm optimistic we'll be in that house very soon. We'll be shooting from that house very soon. And if you're in my Patreon, you will see every step of that process. So get in the Patreon. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like this video. That helps me. That makes a difference. I'm going to be making every step of that process a part of Patreon content. So you'll see that whole reno of the Drink Pro space. As a matter of fact, I think tomorrow I'm going to be filming in that space to show you guys on the Patreon what the space looks like right now. So you will see what it looks like. Pain Doctor just logged on. I'll be in your next drawing. Cheers, brother. No worries, man. Thank you, Akeem. Thank you, John, for the 1,000s. Once I get done moving. Yeah, Tony's moving, too. Once he gets done moving and unpacks, we'll connect on the Starlight. Cheers, brother. We'll have to share some pours. We'll have to sit down and share some pours. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. You all keep drinking like professionals. I'm getting out of here.